Okay, I'm back for the third time this fucking weekend.
Wow.
3 out of 4, almost done, thank God. My two most committed members here, Grant and Sarah, have joined me today for Now You See Me, which is the music,
Magic?
The Magic movie directed by the guy who directed, what else has he done?
Incredible Hulk, Clash of the Titans.
So
it's like, good, bad.
Yeah, so what'd you guys think?
You saw my bored look in the theater.
General impression is definitely made for a modern audience. It has a very Hollywood MTV style of look to how it's shot, how the scenes are lit. I mean, granted, it's about a bunch of musicians.
I'm not the only one, huh? See, huh?
I blame you. It's about a bunch of magicians and the shows they put on. So there's going to be a certain amount of theatricality to the scenes. There was one part towards the end that I really could have gone without. I think you saw my reaction to that.
That I did.
And maybe I'm just dense, but there was a bit of a twist that I personally didn't see coming as much as these guys. So
I know, I didn't see it coming. And
because it was stupid.
Yeah. No, this is what okay, we're not going to say what it is yet.
We'll get into that.
But let me put it this way. I hate twists that you see coming, but the only one worse than that is one you pull out of your rectum.
You can say ass. It's okay.
Some people don't like to see me swear.
Your girlfriend?
Did they watch this show?
No, but who knows?
Fuck it.
Well said,
now
sir.
there's some words you can't say on TV, Big, because it's the internet.
Exactly.
Okay.
Oh, and one other thought. This was my second time seeing Mark Ruffalo play a law enforcement officer, so...
It seems kind of awkward as the law enforcement, doesn't it?
Well, he was really good in that type of role in Zodiac, so I personally liked seeing him play.
I've seen Zodiac, so I don't know.
Neither have I.
It's a 3-hour movie based on the true story of...
Jesus.
Directed by David Fincher. Gotta be good.
I was gonna say 3 hours of Mark Ruffalo. I don't know.
And Jake Gyllenhaal.
It's actually very...
Oh, God.
It's actually very compelling. It's about a serial killer case that was never solved. And
We're getting distracted. Back to the movie.
Still open in Vallejo. I like serial killers.
That's a misinterpreted.
Okay, so yeah, it's like I didn't hate this movie completely. I'm not gonna say it was good by any stretch of the imagination. There were parts I enjoyed, but most of the fact that the movie it's kind of an overconvoluted plot that incredibly shallow, one-dimensional characters.
Yeah,
basically just all smug, and that's about it. And we're played by charming actors, but they're not really giving much substance here at all. It's just basically like it's kind of, oddly enough, like a magic show trying to distract you with all the pretty things going on.
Yeah.
But it's like, and the stuff with the magic is pretty fun to watch, and it is kind of cool to see how it's executed. Here, at the same time, though, it's like, some more than others. But
well, for me, it's like I saw most of that stuff. At least with the first act, it's like okay, da 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 da, and it's like I called it all. It's just like.
Yeah, either way, it was still kind of fun to watch, though.
My other issue, though, is that they need to make you believe this stuff's happening. That's the point of magic. And that's kind of hard when half the shit's CGI.
Yeah, that annoyed me. I wish they needed more practical effects on that. Like, I will definitely agree that kind of pissed me off. It's like...
I did kind of like the thing with the bubble, though. That,
it was...
The CG bubble and wire?
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, yeah, I really would have liked to see more practical effects, especially for a movie about magicians. You should, like... Practical effects should be a given when you're doing a movie about fucking magicians.
True.
But a lot of CGI was used, and there's a lot of... It was kind of like, what was that one Kevin Bacon show, The Killing, what is it?
The Following.
The Following. Now, basically, it kind of the same thing where, like, the bad guys are always on top of the good guys, and the good guys look like complete fucking morons throughout the entire fucking thing.
Yeah, but unfortunately, that kind of lies in with the twist, which explains it, but still kind of...
It's still stupid.
Yeah.
But either way, like, not just him, though. Everyone in the fucking department is just completely incompetent and useless.
I don't know, the crap out of me.
Yeah, just like... And
they get called out on it multiple times.
This is Dexter-level incompetence, I was going to say.
Yes, for the one people who are competent, they get caught up and killed. No, that's just Dexter, but...
Who are we talking about?
Dokes.
Oh, huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't worry, I didn't spoil anything in the movie. I spoiled something in Dexter, and if you haven't seen it yet, then oh well. This happened pretty early on.
It's kind of hard to talk about this movie though, because it's just like
it was, for me personally, it was just very bland. It was like it kind of had the Gatsby thing. It was like it was all flash and no substance.
yeah.
And it's like it thought it was making some like big message about how like.
All I could think of is they're just stroking the shit out of just a magician's ego. And apparently, if you're a magician, you have suddenly Batman-level thought and like combat capabilities.
Yeah.
It's like with a fucking guy who was in Scrubs for one season, like kicks everyone's ass towards.
Talk about Dave Franco.
Is that his name?
The one who's doing the parkour crap.
Yeah. That's his name, Dave Franco. Any relation to?
Yeah, he's his brother.
Really? No shit. I didn't know that.
He was also in 21 Jump Street.
Oh. Okay.
That's actually a good movie. That's a good movie, but I digress. It's like
based on an 80s series that Johnny Depp was in.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just like I personally did not find it that funny. Like I know,
like a lot of it. There are a couple of chuckle-worthy moments.
Yeah, like if was trying to do like the Tarantino dialogue without the
talent.
Yeah, exactly. Like it was snappy, but it wasn't funny.
Yeah, I mean that's the problem with like because at least with the Tarantino movies, like they're smug, there's a lot of one-liners, but they're still complex characters.
I know because
they have substance.
Yeah, the dialogue is used to enhance that very subtly, but it doesn't nonetheless.
But this one is just like, look, we're smug magicians, and that's all we have to us, pretty much. There's nothing more to than that.
They're pretty much cardboard cutouts.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, like, and these are played by talented, charismatic actors. That goes to Michael Caine and Morgan Freeman.
That do look good on screen. I will give them that.
Best way to sum this up: a half-assed version of Ocean's 11. Which was in my head. No, think about it. You get these like multi-talented people that each have their own little unique skills used to basically do these high-stake robberies.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just like, yeah, just with the magic thrown in, but that didn't make it any magical.
No, it didn't. I just got annoyed by just how I got annoyed by the constant use of misdirection. It's obviously a big theme throughout the movie, but it just got old after the first 20 of them. Yeah, it got old because then you just start seeing it coming, which kind of ruins all the fun of it. Really, it just gets really predictable towards the very end. Like even when what was his name? Danny Franco?
Dave
Franco. I was close. Start with a D. And when Dave Franco's character supposedly dies, like even then, he didn't die. Yeah. Because like it was obvious he didn't die. Because it's like okay, just another misdirection. It just becomes incredibly predictable.
And I think we're getting into spoilers, so spoiler warning.
So yeah, if you don't want spoiler warnings, it's like I wouldn't recommend it really.
Yeah, it's just like. I think we've pretty much said all we need to say, right? It's like there isn't much.
No, let's talk about some of the twists.
You'll see better this year. You'll see worse. It's just kind of in between, but it is very visually oriented.
Yeah. So let's
very flashy.
That being said, let's get really into the meat and grime of what pissed us off by this movie. Or mainly the twist and the needless romance.
Okay.
Yeah. I want to rant about that aspect.
Oh, what's there to say? It was needless, and the fact that they decided to solidify things at like the most awkward moment in which, oh look, they got away. Oh well, let's make out.
That was so unnecessary.
It's like
they hardly had any chemistry throughout the movie, and I guess I'll never see you again. Smooches.
Yeah, let's wallow in defeat and kiss.
So this little background for what we're talking about here is like the first bank they rob is like a French bank, so they got like a woman from Interpol who's played by that woman from Inglourious Bastards. Oddly enough, Tarantino.
Yeah. And blonde.
And played so yeah, she basically becomes Mark Ruffalo's partner who's trying to track these guys down, and then out of nowhere, when they finally get like the big magic act and then disappear forever, they like make out for a couple minutes out of fucking nowhere.
And here's the thing about me, it's just like, we probably should explain the main twist that makes these other moments kind of awkward.
Yeah, and so
spoiler,
what happens is
spoiler.
Major spoiler.
Okay, hold on, let's go before we got to talk. Let's talk about Morgan Freeman a bit because we have to establish his character a little bit. Morgan Freeman plays a kind of basically magician debunker, pretty much. Like Mythbusters, only about magicians. And basically, they kind of shamelessly try to lead you on that he's like somehow behind everything, even though the fact that they lead him on pretty much tells you that he's not the one leading him on. So of course, at the very end of the movie, they frame him for like a big robbery, and then Mark Ruffalo takes him into jail. Then it's revealed that, oh no, Mark Ruffalo was the guy the whole time. Basically pulling all the strings.
Working from the inside of the FBI, no less.
And it would have been better if it was Michael Caine. I'm just going to say it that way.
Yeah.
Who surprisingly had a much smaller part than I was expecting.
Yeah, it's like, hi, I'm Michael Caine. Here's my check, goodbye. It's like, where do you even start with? I don't know if it just doesn't make any sense, or it's just stupid, or it's just lazy, or it's all
It was
three.
lazy.
Lazy.
Yeah.
I'd go with lazy as well.
Because, like, they give you the reasons afterwards, even though it's like, you kind of have a feeling that this, okay, basically you find out that he was Mark Ruffalo's the son of some magician that died, who was actually partners with, Morgan Freeman's character.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, it's just like he's saying that, yeah, this whole thing was like one giant revenge trip.
And even then, I kind of made me wonder, it's like, did no one do, like, background checks?
Yeah!
So I guess
like-
kind of what I was thinking about
To
it.
get in the FBI, you have to go through extensive background checks.
So it's like, did nobody, like, figure this shit out?
Yeah, and
Or
even if they
think-
did, and even if that wasn't an issue, which technically speaking back then it wouldn't have been, but you would have thought that this info would have come up at some other point.
At some point, somebody
In
would
the
have figured this out. Like,
information age
even
with
like the
computers.
Interpol agent, you think
Yeah.
would have done a background check.
And it's-
Especially when it's been pretty obvious that somebody was on the
Yeah.
inside.
Well, even then, it's like it turned out she didn't give a flying crap at the end anyway.
Yeah, because they were
Because she believes in magic.
Bleh.
You
Yeah.
believe in magic,
Thank you.
a young girl's heart, only when she is ignorant and kind of a tart.
Well done, sir.
Not much to say beyond that.
At least not about her character.
Yeah, it's just, yeah.
And they could have at least made one good one fucking Zombieland joke in there for me. I don't know.
That's where that actor was from.
Yeah.
You didn't like,
But-
but they're both in there from that movie. It's
Okay, I recognized his voice.
like, give
and-
me a fucking Twinkie. Isn't
Yeah.
it?
And here's the other thing that bugged me about Mark Ruffalo's thing, is the fact that he locked up, basically, yeah, gets Morgan Freeman locked up, framing him for the thing, just because he thought he was being smug.
Even
just
though
like-
that's all they've been fucking doing
Yeah,
the
it's
whole
like-
movie.
It's like,
Yeah.
it's like everyone was smug, and just thinking, that kind of killed your, your,
Righteous
Yeah.
indignation.
it's like, you just kind of became a dick.
Pretty
They're all
much.
everyone in this movie is kind
Yeah,
of a
but the-
dick.
I know, but then it made him an even bigger one. It was like, you know what, I don't care, I don't like you anymore. Your reason are out the frickin' door. You just put an innocent man behind bars.
Even one of the Four Horsemen, as the magicians call themselves and their act in this movie, one of them calls one of the others a dick. Plain and simple.
They're all dicks. Everyone's
Yeah.
a dick in this movie. They're
They
just
are.
like not really made likable, redeemable characters.
Pretty
in this
much,
movie.
it's like,
They're all con artists.
except for Shoshana, whose real name I can't remember.
was that actually like
That was the character's name in Inglourious
Inglourious
Basterds.
Oh, gotcha.
But it's just like, even then, it's just like, she was just bland.
She was.
It's like,
She wasn't. None of these characters were really
Yeah.
interesting. That's kind of the problem.
Yeah.
Goes. Like it's
Or
like
really
it's style over
developed.
substance.
yeah.
Like it just like, ooh, look, magic, 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 magic. Okay, now
Yeah.
let's hope we don't pay attention to the fact that our plot makes no sense. Is there anything else really to say beyond that?
Not really. It's just, I think we're all in agreement. It's just,
It was just a bland, stylistic, pointless
Yeah.
kind of movie.
and pretty much the goals it tries to, accomplish are kind of undercut by, like, the special effects, which
And-
kind of ruin that illusion. And just, I wouldn't say plot holes, but just overall stupid, lazy writing.
Yeah, I pretty much agree with that. I think if you want a good magic movie, look at The Prestige or The Illusionist.
Yeah.
Those are good.
Oh, that's what I was going to compare it to. Prestige. It was a lazy no.
No, not really.
Yeah, it's like-
they're pretty different kind of freaking
You're right.
different movies.
But yeah, it was just basically, yeah, Ocean's 11 with the hint of Prestige with none of the greatness of either one.
Pretty much, yeah. It's like, go check out Prestige or Illusionist. Those are far superior magic movies in this one.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the idea of magic. I think it can be very interesting subject matter if you really explore it. But like,
Oh, yes.
between this and like Burt Wonderstone, they just go like the lazy route. And don't even bother trying to explore. Makes it interesting. So they just go for like the lazy, oh, this will get your attention kind of thing. Oddly enough, kind of the point of magic. But anyway,
And also, if you want a decent movie that's kind of about the commentary of the magic industry, there's an independent film called The Great Buck Howard that I could recommend.
I actually haven't heard of that one.
It's got,
Tom Hanks' nephew in it.
son.
Oh, son, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, him. Okay.
Yeah.
Why can't I remember his... Colin Hanks.
Yes.
And, oh, jeez. What's his name? That's not important.
Yeah.
And,
This is gonna be a really short review.
But,
well, it may get more hits then.
We'll find out.
Who knows? Oh, and going back to Now You See Me, stylistically it is fun to look at, but but there was a shaky cam
Oh, God.
sequence that I really could have done without.
The shaky cam in this movie was nauseating.
Yes, it was.
There's a lot of awkward camera
pointless.
There's a lot of awkward camera moments. Although I kind of admire the fact they had one long continuous shot with Mark Ruffalo running through a fucking hotel. So it's like, you know what? You don't see that very often. So very minor little thing, but good for you.
Well, I think that sums up our views on the movies, though.
Okay, so then let's talk about the trailers then. What was the first movie we got?
Man of Steel.
No, that came later.
World War Z.
No, remember?
World War Z, that was
yeah.
the first one we got. I think I've already seen this trailer, so I think I've my piece on it. I have a hard time taking dogpiling zombies seriously.
It's more like I didn't read all the book, but what I did read, I really enjoyed, and
I know they kind of butchered it from the movie, from what I've heard.
yeah, because this more or less is acting like a prequel instead of this thing basically being like a series of books, like a series of interviews that kind of counted after the fact. So my whole opinion's just been make it a mockumentary. It would have been just fine that way.
I don't know. It's from what I've heard, it's not bad. It's not a bad movie, from at least what I've heard. But
Like I'm sure it'll still be okay, but like I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna have that prejudice in the back of my head.
I think a lot of people are, because like again, they kind of butchered the book from what I understand. Like the same was in development hell for how long?
a few years.
Yeah, so it's kind of like Catwoman all over again.
Yeah.
A game of telephone between the screenwriters.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And then we got Man
Man of Steel and Lone Ranger.
Man of Steel. I'm really looking forward to Man of Steel. The more I see of it, the more I'm looking forward to it. Which I'm really worried about that though, because like I'm really worried I'm gonna be excited. I'm gonna go in this movie. It's gonna fucking suck.
Or it's going to be really great, but your expectations were still so high that it makes it suck.
I would love to see a good Superman movie where Superman, for the love of God, actually fucking punches something. That's all I've wanted since Superman Returns and fucking Smallville. Just want to see him punch something and just want to see some goddamn action. So it's like, at least we'll get that, if nothing else. It's like, it looks good. It looks like it's gonna really explore Superman mythology, or at least take it in a different direction than what we've seen before, which is interesting.
Yeah,
if nothing else, it has General Zod in it.
Actually, I was a little disappointed by that. I really wanted someone else, like a different Superman villain that hasn't been in a movie before. But
At least it's not Lex Luthor being done again.
yeah, thank God for that. Me and Chris were actually talking about that. Like you said, the possessed of Lex Luthor. It's like, good. He's been in every fucking Superman movie since the first one. It's like, give him a fucking break.
Michael Shannon as Zod is a good thing for me. So
I mean, from what I've seen, it looks like a good character. It looks like he's clearly having a lot of fun with it. So I'm looking forward to see what he can do. I still stand by my original declaration of
Benedict Cumberbatch being Brainiac.
Exactly. Yes, I still think that'd be fucking amazing. Make it happen. I'm gonna press that till the movie comes out.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Lone Ranger again, which is I think it's a different trailer. I don't know. I'm getting a very disturbing Wild Wild West vibe from this movie. The more I see of it,
I remember you mentioning that.
because like they had like what's her name? Like Helena Carter.
Helena Bonham Carter.
That was it. I know she's in this movie and she has like fucking guns coming out of her heels and just stuff like that. It's like, oh god, I'm getting a horrible like Wild Wild West flashback with the fucking wheelchair.
Oh, I forgot about that.
So like I'm a little worried, more so than I was before. I mean, it always just looked kind of mediocre, but now I'm like really kind of, oh, this could be really bad. Especially when you have like Johnny Depp and kind of racist makeup.
Yeah.
So
I already said my piece about that in one of the other reviews.
What do you think?
I'm still waiting.
So you have no opinion, is basically what you're saying.
Not really. It's like I want to hope it'll be at least entertaining because of the cast they have involved. Like Armie Hammer, really great actor. Johnny Depp, usually entertaining.
Usually.
Yes.
William Fichtner as the villain, which
doesn't have Rorschach in there too? Do you see him?
Jackie Earle Haley? I'm not sure. I think he is, maybe.
I could have sworn I saw him in there a couple times.
Yeah.
So I was like, it could be entertaining. I don't know. It's Jerry Bruckheimer is the producer, so that is always kind of cause for alarm. But because I saw Prince of Persia, much to my dismay. But yeah, final thoughts, I guess.
I think I already said it all. Just a very underwhelming style over substance movie where the style, like I said, kind of gets undercut by, some of these conventions that kind of belie what it's trying to get across.
Okay.
Very stylish. Granted, I didn't see the twist coming, so that was...
Because it was stupid.
But I was mildly intrigued by it all. But I didn't care for the pacing in the movie and I didn't care for the unnecessary romance towards the end. It's interesting to look at, but it's poorly developed, poorly paced, and the characters have no substance.
Yep.
They pretty much said everything I possibly could have said. So I'm just gonna say, if you want a magic movie, you can do a lot better than this shit. I'll be back later tonight with the granddaddy of the weekend, After Earth with Chris.
Good luck.
Chris, who hates things more than I do, so this should be entertaining, at least on that front. In the meantime, we'll pray for you.
Good night and good luck.
Okay, see you guys later. Are you off? No, you're not.